Have you ever taken a photo inside your home and put your kid in front of the most beautiful window in your home, and then suddenly there's this hugely bright background and you can't even see your kid's face because it's dark and hazy? We've all been there, and I'm here to help you avoid that problem. Hi, I'm Jill, and I'm so glad you're here. This is a space where I teach moms how to take meaningful photos of their kids and their lives, and also build businesses that provide and thrive. Go ahead and hit subscribe below to make sure that you don't miss any future videos, and you can check the links for lots of details and offerings that might help you further. I am here to share very quick, short videos for busy parents and photographers about how to take a better photo today than you did yesterday. So we talked recently about how to find natural light in your home and what the steps were to make sure that you are using the best light possible. If you did not see that yet, you can go ahead and check it out in my past videos. Today, I'm going to tell you what to do once you have found that light. So the biggest thing that we need to talk about is that whenever I talk about light here, remember I'm always talking about 100% natural light. No other artificial lights on anywhere. We've already covered that. I don't need to go over it too much, but I want to make sure that when you hear me say light, you are not thinking about a light that you flip on with a switch in your house. When I say light in this video, I am talking about natural light coming in from the outside through windows or doors in your home. That's all I'm ever talking about when I'm talking about light. So the first step is to identify where the best light is in your home. 90% of the time, from almost 10 years of experience shooting in many buildings and homes, I find that the very best light is going to be found in the room with the biggest or most windows, or with the biggest door, because the bigger the size of the window or the door, the more light in general that is going to come through. I will talk about the exceptions in a minute, but for the most part, that is what the truth is going to be. So you might check your living room or potentially a master bedroom. Those areas often have more windows or big windows because they're prioritized in home builds to let in the most amount of light. An exception to this might be if you have a living room that has two single windows separated by a big wall, maybe that your TV is on or something. That might not work the best, and you might be looking for a different room. But in general, you want to find the biggest windows or doors. Do you have a double or bigger window in the master bedroom? Do you have a slider door that goes directly outside, not to like a covered porch, but directly to the outside? That doorway is probably going to let in a lot of light. And if it's all glass and a sliding door, then you also aren't going to have to deal with leaving the door wide open in case it's the middle of winter and you want to take photos. So that is a great option. If you open all of the shades and blinds in your house, which we talked about in another video as well, and walk through your home, you should be able to identify which room is the brightest and which has the best light. So here are a couple things to keep in mind. First of all, the light in your home and in your rooms is going to change a little bit throughout the day. I don't want to get too technical on you because the point of these is supposed to be quick and easy, but depending on which way your windows face, some of your rooms are going to be brighter in the morning and some of your rooms are going to be brighter in the afternoon. It is not going to be the same throughout the day. So you're going to have to figure out what works in different parts of the day. Also, when I talk about bright, I do not mean that I want literal rays of sun shining on your floor. I do not want there to be harsh light and harsh shadows within your room. I want there to be an overall sense of brightness. So you're not looking for the room with the most actual sunlight pouring in, like sunlight that you would want shades on for. You're looking for the room that's just the overall brightest. So if you have that direct sunlight, come back to that room another time and see if it works a little better at that point. Okay, now here's the key. After you find the room with the best light, you need to get your photo subject, your kid, your cat, your favorite stuffed animal, whatever you got going, and you need to get it in that light facing the light source. So if you are in a room and there are beautiful windows right here to your side, your subject needs to be sitting right here facing that light source. Not with their back to it, not with their side to it. Their entire front, whatever part you want to photograph, needs to be facing the light source, the door or the window. That way, all of that beautiful light is coming onto their face, not behind their back, not confusing the camera because it doesn't know whether it's lighter outside or inside. Onto their face, and that is what we want. So you want to go ahead, have your subject face the light, which means that your back is going to be to the light so that you can take a photo. You might have to move around a little bit, move them forwards or backwards to make it look how you want. The closer they are to your light source, the door or window, they are gonna be brighter, but your background might be darker. And you also wanna make sure that you don't create a shadow by standing in front of them with that light kind of shining over you to them. So check those two things as you find that spot, but have your subject face that window, and that is where you want to take your photos. Now, I will say that it is really important when you're starting to learn how to take these better photos that you don't sit your 3-year-old down and expect them to smile beautifully at the camera. We are going to learn how to train your kids to give you those photos that you want, but we're gonna do it by letting them have fun first. So just give them a coloring book or a couple toys they love, set them up and practice away. And maybe at the end you can just call their name quick and see if you can get a quick smile. I'll be back later with many more tips and tricks on how to get those photos that you actually want from your kids, but now you know how to find the light in the first place and what to do with it once you found it. Get your subject facing that light, move around and tweak so that you are not causing a shadow and so that your subject is in the most beautiful light you have, and that is where you want to take your photos. Thanks so much for joining this time. I will be back soon with more easy, quick tips and tricks that you can use to take a better photo today than you took before you watched the video with any camera or phone that you have. Thanks, we'll see you next time.